Three, two, one, let's go. Hey, everybody, welcome to the George Habib segment of the channel. This is the segment where I give my opinions on things ranging from life, love, school, work, mental health, dating, careers, and other stuff I'll probably come up with. So, for this segment, we will be talking about figuring things out as an adult. And before I talk about figuring things out as an adult, I just want to mention, as you notice, some furniture is missing from the background. There's a new light. It's a ring light, and I'm going to be trying out a few new things for the podcast. As time moves on, I'll stick with some changes, I'll get rid of some changes, all in the hope of making a better and more colorful setting, basically. Also, so as you guys have noticed, I'm wearing this character, which some people have asked me about because he has always appeared on my mug. So, just to give the clarification, this guy is a side project alongside other characters. I'm opening a mug shop, t-shirt shop, design stickers, and all things like that based around the theme. And I'll add the link down below, but it's not ready yet. And there'll be more information on that if you guys were curious. So this is like a me thing, separate from this channel. So now back to the topic at hand. And as I said, the topic at hand is having things all figured out as an adult. And the reason I want to talk about this is because there appears to be a misconception that we as adults need to have everything already figured out, either by 18, 20, or our early 20s. And naturally, as a person who is way past his early 20s at the ripe old age of 27, I honestly don't think I've got too much things figured out. I used to be in Canada, now I'm in Dubai. I finished school, but I'm still on the hunt for a stable career. I still got my side jobs. I still work part-time. I still have my freelance, but I'm still looking for my main stable career. I used to have my own place in Canada. Now I live with family. And so even though it's a temporary measure, it's not a good indicator of having your, pardon my French, shit figured out. So yeah, that's pretty much why I want to focus on this topic, because I feel there's this huge misconception that we're supposed to have it all figured out as adults. And the thing is, as an adult, I don't remember any period of time where I've had things all figured out. The only time I was sure of something was decades ago in kindergarten or grade school, where I was so confident I wanted to be a zoologist. Not because I liked science, because I hate science, but because I loved animals. And I admired Steve Irwin, even though he wasn't a zoologist. And I loved the Discovery Channel. That's why that was the only time where I really figured out what I wanted to do. Then, as time goes on, we become teenagers. We have to figure out what we want to do in university. I still had nothing figured out for university. I didn't know what I wanted to take. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I didn't know how to get there. There wasn't any instruction manual. And even in university, guys, I changed courses many times. I had great grades. I had crap grades. Then fortunately, I had great grades again, graduated, again, wasn't sure of my path, thought I wanted to be a lawyer. Clearly, it did not end up happening. Then I decided to do a master's level in business administration, and that was fun. That gave me a more specific direction. But even again, now, like, I don't have my career figured out. I don't have my living situation figured out. I sure as hell don't have my relationships figured out. You need relationships for that. But even with all this stuff not figured out, I kind of I refuse to accept being in a state of, I don't know if this applies to you guys, but like panic. I refuse to accept to be in a state of disarray, desperation, depression, sadness, all that stuff. Because even though there appears to be this expectation to have things figured out, to get a career, and once you get to that career, to buy a place, and then once you get to that, to start a family, I think that's a lot of BS. I don't think we as adults, whether we're 18 or in our 20s, in our 30s, even in our 40s, even though around the 40s, you got to start getting your shit together. But like, even though we are at these ages, I think and I truly believe that it's okay not to have it figured out. I don't think we should stress ourselves over this. I think, like, if we look in history, if we look at current life, there's so many people who didn't have things figured out until way later in life. And I'm not just talking about celebrities who became famous in their late 30s, even though they tried really hard early on through stages and stuff. Like, take Chris Pratt from it, for example. The guy was homeless in Hawaii, like doing odds and end jobs, living on the beach and stuff until he got a big break because someone liked his personality. I don't remember who gave him that big break. I believe it was Zoe Kravitz's mom. Maybe not even. No, no, someone completely different. But like, he got it after years of not figuring it out. And like, even aside from celebrities, I just have to look at my daily life. Like, for example, my father. My father's been working really hard all his life in a series of jobs. And the only thing in common with all his jobs is that he worked very hard. And then finally in his late 30s, he decided to settle down, start a family. And then in his 40s, he decided to start his own business, which has been pretty successful despite hardships. And even I look around me, there's so many other adults, they haven't had anything figured out. They were pretty convinced in their 20s, they had a career in law. And then there's a guy who I know started as a lawyer. Now he's doing solar panels, producing solar panels, and he's making a killing. I guess rambling aside, I think my point is, don't worry about being in a state of uncertainty at this age. Don't worry about not having things figured out at this age. But like, with the caveat being that you should still be trying to achieve a good life for yourself and for your future family if that's what you want. Don't knock yourself over, but like, keep trying, try different careers, date different people, study different things, because you're going to find yourself trying all these different things, doing a wide variety of hobbies, occupations, activities. And then you'll find yourself at what point where you don't try anything new, where you stop looking for things. Why? Because the thing you finally ended up in is something you enjoy, you loved, and that's all you need to be right then and then. Okay, I don't know why I repeated that word, but then and then. And yeah, also like, work on yourself. If it's exercise, you could do exercise. If it's reading, read books. Like, some of the books I've been reading includes this one by Jordan Peterson. Obviously, the words are reversed, but like, it's been helping me a lot with finding some direction in life. Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life. It's been giving me a lot of perspective and helping me on the hunt for this mythical certainty of living life, like this mythical certainty of being happy with where you are. And yeah, I do, like, guys, I'm like some of you. I hope to have a stable career, if not a successful enterprise, whether through this channel, which If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and like, or whether it's through this merchandise with characters I designed on characters I drew and designed. Like, will this channel be the success of my life? Will this merch be success of my life? Will I find the success of my life anytime soon? I don't know. I don't know. But I know if I don't keep looking for it, if I don't keep trying for it, if I don't try different things, it's not going to happen. And yeah, and guys, and I've got to be frank here. I don't know if some of my friends or viewers watching will recognize themselves from what I'm about to say. I've met people who look like they're doing great. They got a killer job in sales, marketing, real estate, technology, digital. They look like they're living the time of their life. They look like they've got it all figured out. But sometimes when I talk to them, sure, they've got that aspect of their life figured out, but there's many other things in their lives that are still uncertain. And with all my respect, with all my respect to them, because I got to give them their due, even though they're uncertain, they're still trying for it. They're still trying to have a great relationship. They're still trying to start a family. They're still trying to make a brand online, become a public a public figure. Like they're still trying. And I guess I'm repeating my words, but for you guys, and I consider myself a part of that group on times where I feel down, for you guys who are uncertain in life, for you guys who feel not sure about where you are, who feel shame, and I know this shame very well, shame for not having things figured out in your adulthood because you're no longer 18. For those of you who feel shame about that, it's not the one, it's not the end of the world. And two, keep trying and you'll find your way. You don't need to be success in 18, like I guess Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook was, because he was a very young success story. You don't need to have these big families, having a child if you're a guy, or being pregnant with children if you're a woman. Like, and I'm pretty sure some of you know this, like some of our friends do right now. Some of our friends right now are pregnant, or their wives are pregnant and they're starting families and everything. Like it gives us a bit of a deadline in our mind that shouldn't be there. But we don't need that right now. We want these things, and we should be having these things, but we don't need these things right now before we are so ready for these things that we don't even notice we have them. And yeah, I guess that's my point. Keep trying, don't be ashamed, and don't put yourself down because you don't need that right now and you don't deserve it. For many of us, it's just a lot of negative self talk that puts us in the situation where we feel like there's an expiry date on our dreams. And I guess here I am trying to reaffirm to you guys who are subscribed, to those who are just watching, and to those who will be watching in the future. I'm just here to reaffirm to you guys that no, don't feel so bad. Don't worry. And there's no expiry date on your dreams. Before you know it, these things will just happen. They'll be present in your life and you'll notice after the fact. And I guess, yeah, that's my spiel for today. That's the ramble and rant. Even though this is something I do a lot, and you'll notice in these videos, I hope I haven't repeated myself too much and have driven my point home. And yeah, uh, so given all that, guys, let me know in the comments down below. And let me know if you agree with what I have to say, whether you disagree, if you have relatable experiences to give motivation to others and context to others, or if you have question for others, because I do want this to be a community. And as I always say, if I'm doing anything right, it is a growing community. I want us to always be there for each other and support each other and share our experiences. And I want to thank you guys for listening and being a part of my experiences and being part of this. And that's all I have to say today. Please, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep this channel growing, share the videos. And if you guys ever want to be a guest, hit me up, let me know. And having said that, I consider this rant, episode, speech, ramble over. Have a great day, guys, and don't be too hard on yourselves. Take care.